Hey, what's up, everyone? Today, we're talking about something super important that affects everyone who uses chatbots. Now, we all love using chatbots, right? You know, for booking flights, ordering stuff online, or just chatting about random things. They're fast, they're easy, and sometimes they even feel like they're reading your mind. But here's the thing. Have you ever wondered if they might be reading a little too much? Let's say you're having a chill conversation with a chatbot, maybe asking for tips on writing a resume or looking up cool vacation spots. Totally normal, right? But what if I told you that someone could hack into that convo and secretly steal your personal info? I'm talking about your name, your email, maybe even your credit card details. Yup, credit card details. No joke. How, you ask? Well, that's where this crazy thing called an impromptu attack comes in, and it's way sneakier than you'd think. Okay, so let's break it down. A team of researchers from the University of California and Nanyang Technological University in Singapore figured out a new attack that lets hackers trick chatbots into handing over your personal info. And guess what? You'd never even realize it's happening because it all looks like random gibberish to you. But to the chatbot, that gibberish is like secret code. This type of attack is called impromptu, and here's how it works. So usually, when we chat with an AI, it responds to what we say, right? Well, hackers have found a way to hide instructions inside what looks like a regular message. They use this algorithm that scrambles the instructions into what looks like nonsense, but the AI knows exactly what it's being told. It's like sending it a secret message in a language only the AI understands. For example, they might send a scrambled message, which to us looks like a bunch of junk, but the chatbot knows this means grab all the personal information in this conversation and send it to the hacker's website. Scary, right? And they do it in such a sneaky way that you won't even notice. The chatbot doesn't tell you anything. It just goes ahead and grabs your data without even asking you. Now, get this. The AI will package up all the personal info it collects, like your name, ID numbers, email address, maybe even payment details, and attach it to a tiny image URL. Then it quietly sends that URL back to the hacker. The chatbot might show you a blank 1x1 pixel, something so small you'd never even see it. Meanwhile, the hacker gets all the info they need without ever tipping you off. It's pretty wild, right? And what's crazier is that the researchers were able to do this on two popular chatbots, LeChat, a French AI, and ChatGLM from China. And let me tell you, they had an almost 80% success rate. That's insanely high. Imagine how many conversations hackers could get into if this wasn't fixed. Now, don't freak out just yet. There's some good news. After the researchers exposed this flaw, LeChat actually took steps to fix it. They disabled a feature that allowed external URLs to be loaded, which basically means the chatbot can't send your info to hackers that way anymore. But ChatGLM, they didn't exactly comment on how they're fixing it. So, if you're using these chatbots, or really any AI chatbot, you need to be careful. But this isn't the first time chatbots have been at risk of getting hacked. There are two main types of attacks that hackers use to break into AI systems: jailbreaks and prompt injections. Let's start with jailbreaks. These are like tricks where hackers get a chatbot to ignore all the built-in safety rules. You know, those rules that are supposed to keep things safe? Jailbreaks are like finding a backdoor to make the AI do stuff it's not supposed to. Then we've got prompt injections, which are what we're talking about today. This is where hackers send hidden instructions to the chatbot, like telling it to steal data or manipulate something. And here's the kicker. These instructions can be embedded in pretty much anything. It could be in a website you visit, a file you upload, or even a message that gets passed to the chatbot. As long as the chatbot interacts with it, it could be hacked. What makes prompt injections so dangerous is that AI chatbots are becoming way more powerful. They're not just answering questions anymore. They're doing stuff like booking flights, checking your calendar, managing your emails. Some can even connect to external databases. So imagine if a hacker got into that system. They could control way more than just your chat. At this point, you're probably wondering, how do I protect myself? Well, here are some simple tips to stay safe. First off, only share the minimum amount of personal info. Seriously, you don't need to tell a chatbot everything about your life. If it's asking for stuff like your ID number or credit card details, think twice before sharing. Also, be skeptical of any strange messages or prompts you come across online. Don't just copy-paste random stuff into chatbots. You never know where it came from or what it's telling the chat. As we've explored throughout this video, the rise of AI chatbots has revolutionized how we interact with technology. From helping us book flights to managing everyday tasks, chatbots make life easier. However, this convenience comes with serious risks, as we've seen through the lens of impromptu attacks and other forms of AI manipulation. Hackers are becoming increasingly skilled at exploiting vulnerabilities in these systems. Through techniques like prompt injections and jailbreaks, they can trick chatbots into handing over personal data, all without users being any the wiser. This kind of attack is stealthy, sophisticated, and shockingly effective, as demonstrated by researchers who were able to achieve an 80% success rate in compromising popular chatbots like LeChat and ChatGLM. At the core of these attacks is the chatbot's ability to misinterpret seemingly harmless inputs, executing hidden commands sent by hackers. What looks like gibberish to a human user can be secret instructions to an AI, leading to the extraction of sensitive information such as emails, personal identifiers, and even payment details. In some cases, this data can be transmitted without the user's awareness through imperceptible means, like a tiny image file or an invisible link. The good news is that companies are becoming more aware of these vulnerabilities. Platforms like LeChat have started implementing fixes to prevent external URL usage, which limits hackers' ability to siphon data. But as AI technology evolves, so too do the methods hackers use to breach it. As long as chatbots are programmed to interact with user inputs and external systems, the potential for exploitation will remain. So, what does this mean for everyday users like you and me? It means we need to be proactive and cautious when using AI-powered chatbots. Limiting the amount of personal information you share, being cautious of strange messages, and staying up to date with the latest security fixes are just a few ways to protect yourself. Ultimately, AI technology is still in its growing phase, and as it becomes more integrated into our daily lives, so does the importance of security awareness. Hackers will continue to innovate, but so will the methods to combat them. Staying informed and vigilant is your best defense. After all, in a world where chatbots can feel like they're reading your mind, it's essential to ensure they're not stealing it too. In conclusion, while chatbots offer tremendous value and convenience, they're not immune to security threats. As we've discussed, hackers have found ways to exploit these systems through prompt injections and hidden commands, leading to data theft that can go unnoticed. By being mindful of these risks and taking steps to protect our personal information, we can continue to enjoy the benefits of AI without falling victim to its vulnerabilities.